Hey folks, good afternoon. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Friday. Almost through the work week. Today's forecast made possible by Flying Tiger Brewery and Pizza Bar. They have Heartbreak Hill, a duo from Memphis tonight, plus happy hour from 4 to 7. So swing by. Try the pizza special for the week if they're not already sold out. It has Cleveland caviar on it. If you don't know what that is, just try it. Give it a shot. Across the region, not a whole lot happening rain-wise, but right around the time that I was getting ready to start the stream about 20 minutes ago, I took a look at noontime temperatures and went, whoop, have to change forecast a little bit because it was sharply warmer. And as we take a look at the satellite, there's quite a bit of areas that have gotten rid of the cloud cover, but also see the sunshine poking through and really pushing temperatures, some spots already into the low to mid 80s. The front off to our northwest probably influencing that as well. If you've heard me talk the last couple of days about compressional warming, but it's basically as a cold front moves into the area, it squishes all the air together, compresses it together, so those air molecules bounce off each other a little bit faster, and the temperatures climb. So usually you get a little bit warmer before you get cooler behind a cold front. Go figure. Check out the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule your free roof inspection at brownsroofingla.com. Their cold weather drive ongoing for about another week and a half. Again, you can go to their Facebook page for a list of drop-off locations, but also you can schedule your own pickup. Across the region, in terms of rainfall, it's to the east of us, it's to the west of us, but it's some sick, cruel joke. I don't know why. We cannot get rain in our area. If we weren't in the middle of a drought, it'd be kind of funny. You'd look at this and go, it's kind of funny. It's not that funny. We need the rainfall. Any kind of rain is good rain at this point. The slower soaking rains would be more beneficial, and we could be running into that late Monday and early Tuesday. Could also include some thunderstorms. Showers along the I-55 corridor, generally from just north of Macomb, Mississippi, up toward Brookhaven and Jackson. Some of these areas have seen some brief heavy downpours this morning. But again, most of this is just east of our coverage area. And then you move back to the west, and we've got some isolated to scattered showers and storms across East Texas, from near Nacogdoches to Lufkin and back to the west. A lot of these areas saw quite a bit of rain and thunderstorms last night. Can they share the wealth with us? Apparently not. Check the rain totals over the last 24 hours. Most of what we've seen rain-wise, and again, it's been fairly limited, has been focused across southern Arkansas, where we had those showers and storms last night. We've had a few straggling showers along the Mississippi Valley, and a lot of folks hopped in on the live stream earlier today to say that they picked up a brief sprinkle in Morehouse Parish or in Ashley County or across the region. And again, any rain is good rain at this point, especially when the drought monitor looks like this. Moderate drought conditions across north-central Louisiana, southeastern Arkansas, abnormally dry conditions for a good chunk of the region. Even severe drought conditions are starting to creep back in. Here's a look at temperatures at the noontime hour. And again, this is why I'm late, because temperatures I looked at and I went, 83 in Monroe. And I went and had to tweak everything on the app and on the forecast as well. So again, latest forecast was just uploaded to the app at digitalweatherdesk.com about 10-15 minutes ago. 78 in El Dorado, 83 in Monroe. They were actually, I believe, at 79 in El Dorado about 10-15 minutes ago. They've dropped back down a degree. 83 in Winfield and Natchitoches, 73 in Natchez, where the cloud cover and the rainfall's been a little bit more pesky to start the day. Dew points are still quite uncomfortable in the mid to upper 60s. Expect the warm, soupy conditions to persist. Winds back out of the south and southwest, and they have been a smidge breezy at times today. Generally in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range, but some spots 10 to 15 miles an hour. Some higher gusts could be possible as we head through the afternoon. Here's a check of the satellite radar composite. Again, we've got this little prefrontal trough before the actual front moves through later tonight, and that's what's helping to stir any of the rainfall that we are dealing with. In theory, with the warm, humid conditions in place and this trough of low pressure out ahead of the front, it's not out of the realm of possibilities for us to see some isolated to widely scattered showers as we go through the afternoon. I've kept the rain chances pretty limited. In fact, about 10% for most locations, up to 20% later this evening for the Natchez area, but also much of western Mississippi has been dealing with light rain or at least scattered showers off and on through much of the early part of the day. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Again, Christmas season, the holiday season is well underway, so go see Mike and the guys, especially for youth ATVs and youth dirt bikes from Honda and Yamaha. Go check them out today. Like I said, Tell them that Jared sent you or the Digital Weather Desk sent you. They may ask you to leave. I'm totally kidding when I say that, but maybe not. Anyway, Futurecast shows that prefrontal trough makes its way through, kind of gets eaten up by the front as it advances a little bit faster through the area tonight. That front will bring a wind shift, and it could scour out an isolated shower or storm. That is the only concern I have for our high school football games tonight, is if a game were to run a little bit late across northern Louisiana and these storms develop a little early, that maybe you could get a rogue shower or storm during the latter part of a game tonight. Again, I don't expect it to be a widespread problem, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Front makes its way through the area during the early parts of Saturday morning. Some lingering clouds through the day on Saturday. Sunday looks pretty nice, and then we set up for that next storm system to move through Monday, Tuesday. Right now, it looks like it's just generally a rain and storm maker. Not a lot of fanfare with this system. It doesn't look to be an overly organized severe weather threat. In fact, as I just had to kill it. There was an ant on my television or on my monitor. We brought one of the outdoor plants in, and I think that outdoor plant may have brought a couple of ants in along with it. So that guy's not going to make it. Sorry, buddy. Anyway, as we go through the daytime hours on Monday, showers, thunderstorms should increase in coverage. This does not look to be, like I said, an overly organized sound the alarm bells. This is going to be a big one. It just looks to be a storm system. It's going to move through the area, bring rain, thunderstorms, maybe an attendant severe weather threat, and maybe even perhaps a kind of a ramped-up severe weather threat. We just don't know the details of that yet. Just looking at how the front is kind of advertised by the Futurecast and by this in-house model from the Barron 3K that we see right here, I wouldn't be surprised to see a few supercells late Monday night, early Tuesday morning. But again, the atmosphere is not overly supportive of severe thunderstorms during that time. It does look to be a rainmaker, and again, any rain's good rain at this point. The showers and storms continue to advance off to the east through the day on Tuesday, and cooler air will follow. Note we've got kind of a double front thing going on here. First front will advance through, bring the rainfall. Second boundary moves through on Wednesday, and that's the one that has the cooler air associated with it. Speaking of rain totals over the next couple of days, again, thunderstorm-driven rains obviously could bring some higher totals in the 1.5 to 2 inch range, but I would think more uniform totals of a 1/2 inch to a full inch in many spots. Here's a look at the official rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center over the next 5 days, and it kind of falls in line with that 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inch range for much of our area. Again, any thunderstorm-driven rains, especially if you were to get a strong storm that moves through your area, yeah, you could get a quick 1.5 to 2 inches of rain, while a lot of your neighbors and nearby locations don't see those types of totals. That's pretty much a caveat that comes along with any kind of thunderstorm threat as it moves through the area. Onethia and Claudia, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Overall, fairly quiet start to the day. Even with all the rain chances in the works, we just haven't had much happening. Here's a look at Futurecast with temperatures, and this is really focused from Tuesday through Thursday-ish as we start looking at the colder air punch for Thanksgiving Day. We have, like I said, kind of two different boundaries that make their way through the area. The first one brings the rainfall. The second one brings the cooler air. So I would expect the front to really punch into the area, that the initial boundary to arrive with the rainfall Monday, Tuesday. Then the cold air front, the actual cold front, arrives early Wednesday morning. The northerly winds start to settle in. Temperatures still trying to warm up Wednesday afternoon despite that cooler air moves in. So the sun's rising and the temperatures are trying to climb as we go through the afternoon, but there's cooler air filtering in as well. So it's going to be kind of a battle to see which one wins. I still think we're probably going to be back near 60 on Wednesday afternoon, or at least in the upper end of the 50s, before the cold, dry air really starts winning over as we go toward Thanksgiving morning. By late Wednesday night and into early Thursday, there's the cold air punching in. I know Futurecast here advertises sub-freezing temperatures. I don't think we'll actually get that cold. That's, again, where a human meteorologist has to come in, look at the model data, and go, nope, that's not right. I wanted to show you this because it shows the timing and kind of the placement of cold air very, very well, but it is a little too cold for Thursday morning. I think we'll probably be in the mid to upper 30s. Most of us should be above freezing. Again, forecasts could change, but that's where I have it right now, and you'll see that in the 7-day in just a minute, or you can see it on the app. Most of us will spend Thanksgiving Day in the 50s, and then temperatures should rebound a little bit for the big shopping weekend to follow. Ethel and Gwen, thank you so much for joining in. Claudia's begging for the rainfall. I don't blame you. We all need it. Spotty showers and storms a possibility today. Again, rain chances only at about 10% for a good chunk of the area. Winds out of the southwest. And again, daytime highs now landing, I would expect, in the low to mid 80s. Some spots will stay in the upper end of the 70s. Lows tonight, low 60s, mid 60s for some. Again, an isolated storm could get scoured out as the front moves through, so the rain chances get bumped back up to 20% for a brief period of time. Winds will be out of the southwest and then shift to the northwest as the front makes its way through the area, and that should bring slightly cooler temperatures for Saturday and Sunday, mid 70s. Some spots will probably still be in the upper 70s, especially in the southern parishes and counties for Saturday afternoon. Sunday, probably low 70s for most areas, although some spots could slip into the upper 60s. Then we bring the storm system in Monday, Tuesday, with the best rain chances Monday night into Tuesday morning, and cooler temperatures to follow with highs near 60 on Wednesday, a big travel day, which looks to be dry for much of the central United States. That's good news because earlier last week it looked like Wednesday was going to be an absolute mess. Hopefully, it looks like we're headed toward better conditions then. And for your Thanksgiving Day, I finally remembered to put the dancing turkey up there. Although I don't think any turkeys are really going to be dancing much on Thanksgiving Day. Daytime highs will be in the upper 50s. Morning lows in the upper end of the 30s. I did have some folks asking questions about the possibility for frost on Thursday morning for Thanksgiving morning. A little too early to speculate on that. I would think it's a possibility, but we'll obviously tackle that more as we get closer. Sunshine looks to win over, though, and we could see some small rain chances return for Black Friday. Way too early to speculate on that, but it is something that we'll obviously watch over the next week. Your forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com along with the interactive radar, which those are also both available on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. Your football forecasts are coming out in about an hour or so. Obviously, as I made the last second tweets to the forecast here, that obviously impacts the football forecast for tonight and beyond. Fishing game comes out tonight. I'll join you a little bit later today as we start to inch toward the weekend and look at what the weekend forecast bodes, along with the early next week rain forecast. Words are difficult today on this Friday. Thanks so much for taking time out to join the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. As always, we're glad you're here. Check in with you in a few hours. Your football forecast coming up shortly. Enjoy the rest of your Friday.